tax evasion. So it's been around 2 months since the Switch 2 came out, and I've been having so much fun with it. So I'm gonna tell you about my experience. What are you gonna do about it? Not listen to me? Click off the video? First of all, let's talk about the console itself. One thing that jumps out at me right away is that it's better than playing on the OG Switch. Even though the ergonomics are basically non-existent, the size increase alone makes the handheld experience way better, even though it's actually supposed to be worse. Yeah, the Switch 2 display blurs the image by showing multiple frames at a time. Frames will linger on the screen for around 1/20th of a second instead of 1/60th, and this makes the display look worse than it should. At least apparently it does. I've never noticed the screen blurring or looking odd when playing any game. It might be a problem for some, but not for me. I'm just happy to see a vivid 1080p screen. Clearly, I'm not a graphics guy. One more thing I've noticed about the console is that the stand is extremely sturdy. It never feels like it's gonna fall, and I would go as far as saying you could use the stand as a hook for the console. The controllers feel great as well. The Joy-Con 2s feel much better due to their increased size, but the star of the show is definitely the Pro Controller. The sticks are as smooth as butter, the controller shape is very ergonomic, the GL/GR buttons are very useful for a lot of different games, and it feels much more premium than the Switch 1 Pro Controller. This controller, as far as I'm concerned, is my favorite of any. It just feels so good to use. Also, that never gets old. Now on to the new features of the console. First off, seeing Nintendo games in 4K is just unreal. This is the first time I've played games in 4K, and my goodness, I was not disappointed. One more thing that is a bit disappointing to me though, is the HDR. Now, unlike some people, I haven't really had a problem with recording gameplay while outputting HDR, but when I do have it on, I barely notice a difference, if any at all. This is probably a me thing, as, again, I'm not a graphics guy, so the minor difference in color intensity probably doesn't even register for me. Now, the mouse mode works fairly well. I've only had a chance to really use it in Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour, and it works without hiccups. It functions on most surfaces, including my legs. However, it feels a bit uncomfortable using the Joy-Cons as mice, I'm gonna be honest. They're just too small for me. I can probably adjust to this, but I don't think I'll be using mouse mode for much going forward. Now, going into the Switch 2, something that I didn't expect to like that much was game chat. I like game chat. It's rather seamless starting a chat with someone, and it's fun to see other people playing at the bottom of the screen. I can't believe I'm saying this, but it's a great feature that I'll definitely be using going forward. I could obviously use Discord, but the fact that this is built in the system just makes it so much more convenient. Wow guys, I actually like game chat. Just disregard everything else I have to say, you guys already know I'm a shill anyways. Well, now that my viewership has significantly dropped, I might as well seal the deal by talking about how I really enjoyed Switch 2 Welcome Tour. I'm serious. Yeah, you thought I was gonna talk about Mario Kart World first. Nope! Now I need to make one thing clear. This game is not for everyone. This game is nothing but tech demos, minigames, and loads of quizzes. And I absolutely love it! Learning about all the R&D that goes into this console is just fascinating. They delve into all sorts of interesting details. Did you know the IR camera they used for the mouse has less pixels than the Game Boy camera? Did you know the Joy-Con 2 straps are reinforced with glass fiber to make them stronger? Did you know that the minigames are absurdly difficult for some reason? Wait, how the... Huh? Why is this so hard? Is this just a vision test? Why are there so many of them? There's a lot of replay value. These games are a really good showcase for the Switch 2 hardware. You especially get to see lots of uses for the mouse control in HD Rumble 2. I just think this kind of stuff is neat. There's a lot of stuff to sink your teeth into. Again, this game isn't for everyone, but for me, yeah, I don't mind spending $10 on this. Just unsubscribe now. Now here's a game that doesn't have a price controversy, dang it. Mario Kart World is amazing. The tracks are so fun to play, this game looks very expressive and cartoony, the races are more chaotic with 24 players, the tech that you can do on these tracks is insane. Knockout Tour is addicting, online has a lot less lag, free roam is surprisingly fun, the music is incredible, and Nintendo, why? Look, The intermission tracks are great in Knockout Tour, and they're decently fun on their own, but the fact that Nintendo is shoving them down our throats by practically requiring us to play mostly intermission tracks online is really dumb. At least give us options to join a non-intermission lobby, but no! Nintendo's just allergic to options or something like that. Now of course, everybody and their mother complained about this, so much so that people made a Discord server where others could create private lobbies where intermissions are optional. So I've played quite a few races on the server, and I gotta say, it has been some of the most fun I've had with Mario Kart in a long time. The best Mario Karts know how to combine skill and dumb luck to create a frenetic race environment, and my golly, they have practically perfected this feeling in Mario Kart World. It always leaves me just wanting one more game. Even my friends who come over to try the new Mario Kart say it's incredibly fun. Now, is it worth $80? Just try and pick up the console bundle while you still can. I guess free roam is also pretty cool too. Now, do you want to know what video game's worth $80? Me too, man. Oh my gosh, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom are amazing in 60 FPS. It also helps that they don't take forever to load now. After Tears of the Kingdom, I thought I'd never be able to return to Breath of the Wild, but I was very wrong. This game is amazing even after all these years, and with the smoothness of these upgrades, I've already sunk another 10 hours into it. Now both of these games include Zelda Notes features. Zelda Notes is fine. It's kind of cool to use your phone as a sort of Wii U gamepad, second screen, but I honestly kind of find it more annoying than not using it. Especially the voice memories, like, I don't know where you want me to go, stop beeping at me. I must again ask, is this package worth the price? Probably. If you already own these games, buying the upgrade pack is a no-brainer. You can get so much replayability. Having them run way better makes the experience just feel fresh and new. Now, if you haven't played these games, I would honestly say they're worth the $70 and $80 for how much you can get in each game. However, be warned, Breath of the Wild does not come with the respective DLC, so you'll need to pay $90 to experience the whole thing. Are these games overpriced? Absolutely. But if you don't mind splurging a bit, I would say both Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom are worth paying a premium for. They're just really good games. Man, Switch 2 games are so expensive. I just want to talk about something cheap for once. I got it. I'll talk about GameCube games on Switch 2. They're free with the purchase of a membership. Yeah! The GameCube has one of the most quality libraries of any system, and I'm so glad that I can finally play these games for a decent price. Plus, seeing them in high resolution is just awesome. F-Zero GX has definitely been my favorite so far. The fast-paced racing the series is known for feels better than ever. This game doesn't hold back on difficulty. I have many more hours to play before I beat all the story mode and all the cuts. I'm having a really good time with this one. I've only played a couple hours of The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker so far, but from what I've seen, this game is spectacular. Something tells me this might become my favorite Zelda game besides Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, maybe even surpassing them. Though, time will tell if I really like it that much. I still have to play through it after all. And finally, there's Super Mario Strikers. Yes, I haven't played Soul Calibur 2 yet, sue me. Oh wow, I forgot how fun this game is. The crazy items, the fast-paced action, the edgy style. It amazes me that this game is better than Mario Strikers Battle League. But it is! Mostly because it has actual stuff to do! One thing that is a problem with Nintendo GameCube Nintendo Classics though, that's a mouthful, is that there's some input lag. I rarely notice this, even when playing fast-paced games, though on occasion it does become a bit problematic. I really hope Nintendo fixes it soon. They should provide the best way to play these games, seeing as people could easily pirate them and play them on Dolphin Emulator. I don't think Nintendo will ever offer a service as good as Dolphin, but they definitely need to put as much effort as possible into making this a solid alternative. Now with all those abysmal games out of the way, let's talk about the best game on Switch 2. Or not! Honestly, I feel like I have so much to say about Donkey Kong Bonanza that I kinda just want to make an entire video about it. So you have to wait a while longer to see what I think of it. Be grateful for what you have. Well, now that I'm done playing the first party games on Switch 2, I guess I have nothing else to do, so I'll just play on my Wii U. And I love this console. I love how it has no third-party support. I absolutely love the fact that this console has no third-party games. I love that this console has no third-party support. Never mind. Yes, not only have I been playing all of Nintendo's first-party games, I've also been playing some third-parties as well. I might be the first Nintendo fan to do that. Split Fiction is a truly incredible game. From its rich story, to its increasingly diverse gameplay, to its great presentation, I have so much good to say about this game. Of course, there's only so much video, so let's move quickly. It's crazy how much gameplay variety there is. 1 minute, you're playing a shooter. The next minute, a racing game. The next minute, a puzzle game. The next minute, a Star Fox game. And the next minute, a Tony Hawk game. I just love how many ideas the creative team brought to the table, and all of them feel very refreshing. This game loves to develop its characters as well, leading to all sorts of interesting interactions, from these park bench moments, as I like to call them, where the main characters sit and chat about their lives, to some legitimately cinematic and intense scenes that just grab your attention. It also just feels nice to have modern graphics for a Nintendo Switch 2 game. This game would have been very compromised to run on Switch 1, so I'm glad I got the chance to play it here. And of course, we can't forget about Deltarune. We can't? I'm just kidding. I love this game to pieces. It may just be my favorite RPG of all time, and it's not even finished yet. I want to talk more about Deltarune, but similar to DK Bonanza, I have too many things to say about it. So I'll save that video for another day. All I'll say is that it's one of the greatest games I've ever played, and I highly recommend playing it, either now or when development finishes. And that's it. I'm finally finished with the video. I forgot to talk about the free update games. Okay, let's get this over with quickly. The script is already longer than all of my other videos. First up, Super Mario Odyssey. This game looks amazing on Switch 2. I honestly didn't realize how much boosting the resolution would help this game, but my gosh, it looks incredible. And oh my goodness, Splatoon 3 is another incredible game with high resolution. It's like I'm looking at a detailed painting. I didn't have an inkling that games could look this good. It's at least an octo step up in quality. I'm getting shivers down my spine. And what's more... Stop! Okay. The game share feature for Clubhouse games is pretty awesome as well. Playing card games with friends locally was surprisingly easy, and we didn't notice any problems or lag. Now, I know Smash Bros. Ultimate didn't technically have a performance upgrade, but wow, it loads so much faster now, as do a lot of other games. Smash Bros. Is just the standout example because, look at this. The game doesn't even load, it just exists. Now the video's finished. Well, I guess it's time to scroll on my phone, my phony phone. Splatoon Raiders? Of course I couldn't end the video without talking about the news. Mind you, not the political news. I don't want to be assassinated. I am so unbelievably happy we're getting a Splatoon spin-off. I was unsure of when we would see a new Splatoon game, but looks like it's gonna be rather soon. We don't really know that much about it, but that's okay. I'll wait patiently for this game because I already know it's gonna be amazing. I also found out that Dragon Drive is coming out this August, and it only costs $20. I'm honestly surprised at that price. Nintendo is notorious for overpricing their games, like Mario Kart World, but $20 is pretty reasonable for a game like this. I'm for sure picking it up now. Oh, and by the way, the Nintendo Switch 2 became the fastest selling console of all time in its opening month, selling over 5 million units. This is just insane, especially considering the drama and controversy surrounding this console. I doubt the Switch 2 will sell better than the Switch 1, but I guess only time will tell. And another thing time will tell is when these games are coming out. I'm very surprised that we still don't have a release date for Metroid Prime 4, or even a full trailer for Kirby Air Riders, considering they're supposed to come out this year. Seriously, Nintendo, you're being more secretive than usual, which is pretty awful secretive. And that... Am I forgetting anything? And that is my experience with Switch 2. I've really been having so much fun with these games, but it's really expensive. I really hope that all of you who want a Switch 2 will be able to afford it someday. Of course, with the economy the way it is, best of luck. Well, I guess that's it. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. It keeps my morale up. And if you didn't enjoy the video, yell at me down in the comments. Yeah. Yeah. That sounds like a good idea. Yell at me. Down in the comments. Okay, that's all.